What go on? Welcome back to another video. Alright, so today we are work on mixing in. However, I'm gonna build a beat from scratch. Then work on the mixing for the beat there. Alright. So I'm not gonna spend too much time for the beat. So I'm gonna look for a MIDI file. Look for a MIDI file. The other one. That sound tough, you know? That sound tough. Alright. That's in a D minor, I work with it. That sound tough. I not like rate it. Alright, so I use Labs, soft piano. A plugin is free if you don't have it, you need to get it. Alright, so the first thing I'm gonna do for this, although I can make the beat and then do the mix. I do that. I just make the beat and do the mixing. As I said, I not spend too much time on the beat, because this is a mixing tutorial. I don't remember the melody there already. So you don't know, so it's a good melody. Keep it so simple. Woo. Alright. So if you ever see that happen to you, because you have that something turn on named loop points. Don't have that. Make sure that all of that off for all of your thing them. Cause you don't want your thing to loop. And make sure say everything is cutting itself. You see it. Up and boom, cut itself. Alright. Yo, that sound mad. Yo, that sound mad that I expect when I grow the thing. Yeah, I grow the thing at all. Oh, God. Rate that a freak. Rate that a freak. Alright. Just drop it in a 8 or 8. Mad. Alright. Like this a lot. Alright, All right, yeah, I work with that. I work with that. All right, so mixing. Mixing consists of two things in my opinion. Well, it depends on the type of mixing I do. But general mixing consists of two things, just leveling and then as the name suggests, mixing. So leveling and then making sure that the elements fit well together and nothing is in the space of something else and overshadowing it. So just making sure that everything has their own space. So after we level, we make sure that everybody have their own space. And that can be done through EQing, compression, panning, and a whole lot of other stuff. And so that I like general mixing. Then you have creative mixing, where you add things like reverb, delay, a flanger, you know what I'm saying? So that are creative mixing. All right, so boom, we have general mixing. Let's see what I go on for this. So first, I go level. I make sure that the thing them level properly. All right. So how me level now? My level based off of the kick. So me use the kick as what I say? Me use the kick as the marker. So me make sure that the kick I hit up to -6 dB. And then after that now, me mix around the kick, right? As you can see, we kick now hit 6 dB right now. That go up to 9, right? So I'm gonna do with this. You can turn up your thing them multiple ways. You can use this right over here, so turn up the volume. What I go inside. I turn up the velocity from here. And what I go do for control everything, I press Alt X. Alt X bring up the volume, right? So now just bucket. And now we see it's hitting over -6 dB. So now I just turn it down. Alright, so that I hit about 6, right? Then now we control the snare. Make sure the snare I hit -9. Alright. So one thing I want to know for understand, Zine, you have visual mixing and you have audio mixing, right? So visual mixing I want me to tell about right now. I have to make sure that this I hit -6, -9, blah 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 blah, right? But you also have you have to listen and make sure say it sound good. Because when I make a beat, a person now go listen and say, oh, this look like it a hit -6 or whatever. At the sound, you see me? So if you kick a hit too hard, them are gonna know, you see me? Them are gonna feel like say, why this a thumping on my ear so hard, you see it? So yes, even though you the look, you still have to listen and make sure say the thing them not punch too hard, this not too loud and that not too low, right? So them are just a general way to go about it, but you have to listen. Right? So kick, snare, boom, I turn down the 808. But how I level the 808, I make sure say the 808 is on par with the melody. generally when I mix my melodies, I make sure I cut out the sub basses. Cut out all of the subs because we want the sub, we want we bass element or we 808 to take up all of the subs. We don't really want the melody to interfere with the bass. All right. All right, so we can see the pluck. The pluck have a lot of highs, but we want the hi hat to dominate most of the highs. So we're gonna just trim down some of the highs a little bit. I notice me I use high pass and low pass filters, that do cutting, right? If you use the regular, that the shelving, so you just have to turn down the volume of the frequency. However, when you use a high pass or a low pass filter, it actually cuts the frequency. And we notice in the middle section here, if we see in the piano that the piano actually take up a lot of that frequency. Right up at the 4 bass there. So we don't want the plug for you to take up too much of that. Right? If you notice how it sound, I know it sound like the pluck a shine a little bit more, you know. The kick sound heavy to me though, so I go work on that. Kick sound real heavy, it top me in my ears hard. Right? Sound real heavy. And what I do right now, I try to search for the frequency for the hit. And mixing, everybody have their own style, everybody have their own way. So you have to find your own way. This is just a guide. Find my own way. There's no one way to mix in. There are many different ways to mix in. So you have to find your own way. All right. I have to mix the 808, I know. Generally, when I mix the 808, I cut out down to 25 hertz. Just to cut out the rumbling. Normally, I add a distortion just to get a little bit more sizzle. also use what frequency play down that more. Can also use a bass boost, frequency bass boost, fruity bass boost. So I look for the frequency, what they hit the most, and I boost this up. So around 60. So this is how the 808 the sound before. And this is how it sound now. Now I mean sound more aggressive. Them thing they got the sizzling on your speakers. You know what I mean? Alright, so the perk kind of quiet. So I bring out the perk a little bit more. I go to sound goodizer. Nice. Alright, so like that's one look at it for like the general mixing, you know. Usually me not mix a crash. Oh, one key thing to mixing is choosing good sound. So sound selection. Once the sound selection up, the mixing you gotta have less work to do when it comes to mixing. So just choose good sounds from the get go, and then you do less mixing. So now me I do look creative. I do look creative mixing, you know. So I got add through the chorus. I get the fat clean effect. That's how it sounded before. So it sound now. Then I go up on through the convolver. This is like a reverb, or should I say it is a reverb. Turn that down. So this is how it sounded before. You know, it sounds nice, but it sounds like a bit lifeless. Now it actually come alive. What am I gonna do? So I make sure I say too much sub frequency in there. Cause when I add effects add frequencies. That sound really good. I like it. Like generally, I make the melodies go up to like negative 80, negative 15 dB. And you notice the plug sound good already because a good sound we get from Flex. Synth plug stuff. I just favorite it right now. Nice good delay sound on it. Alright, yo, that sound like a nice little beat. Alright, so now, mastering. Generally, I don't master my beats because I don't go master the beat and then send it to somebody when them a go voice a song and then mix and master the song. So it's like double mastering for the beat, right? So generally, I don't master it. What I do, I use three plugins. I use Maximus and I use a soft clipper. So for Maximus, I turn the post up until I see the kick start go over this line. Then I use a soft clipper. Soft clipper control the peaks. Have you noticed? Notice that go up in a white. Generally nothing wrong with that, you know. Nothing wrong with that generally. But me just like to use a soft clipper. Cause I feel it give the beat a more control vibe. Alright, that kick ya press. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do one little thing. Alright. So this is how I control my kick with my bass, right? So I route the kick to the 808. I turn this all the way down. Then I go add a through the limiter to my 808, right? This is called sidechaining. So sidechaining is your sidechain a kick to your 808 so that whenever the kick comes in, the 808 ducks. So the 808 volume I got turn down when the kick come in. So the kick and the 808, them kind of have the same frequencies, right? So this is just one way to manage the bass frequencies. So boom, we load up limiter, we go up on compression, we go over side chain over here, so right click, and as I say, through my route the kick to the 808, kick comes up. So boom, kick. So the kick is side chain to the 808. Then what we do, we choose the threshold, we choose how far we want the kick to duck. We normally just turn up the knee and you put the ratio. The higher the ratio, the more compressed the 808 will be. You want your bass frequency to release quick because of bass. And that's about it. You notice the 808 a duck when the kick comes in. We can go into a bit more, we can get a bit more advanced, but may I just leave it at yourself at this stage. So, give thanks for tuning into another one. I'm see you in our next one.